Hello, this is Eon Borealis, and this is a follow-up to my rant on the Hall of Game Awards. This is directed at those of you who posted some of the more negative comments on there, expressing your discontent with some of my views. The biggest excuse that I've seen in some of those comments for why you think the Hall of Game Awards is a good idea is that it gets kids to get up and get active. In response to that, I'm saying I'm not against that idea. I am not against the idea of a network trying to get kids to get up and exercise and stuff. That's honorable, to say the least. That's a very noble intention. But the thing is, back in 2005-2006, Cartoon Network made a similar attempt to get that particular message out there. But in that case, it was called Reanimated, and it involved cartoon characters. So it was cartoon characters trying to get kids to get up and get active, instead of sports programming and things similar to what ESPN has. In other words, they weren't using sports players alone to encourage kids to get up and get active. I wouldn't be as against the Hall of Game Awards thing as I am if they had sports players and cartoon characters side by side. But since it's just sports programming and sports players alone, it makes me raise an eyebrow. Thing is, look at the Super Bowl, for instance. There are so many different commercials in that, and there are so many people vying for space to get in the commercial because the Super Bowl has such huge ratings. ESPN has huge ratings. And look at Cartoon Network's past. Like back in 2009, they adopted CN Real and the live action in an attempt to pick up ratings. Why else would they pick up live action? You can't use the kids to get up and get active excuse with that. That was them trying to keep up with Disney and Nick. This sports programming thing, coming back to my example with the Super Bowl and ESPN getting such huge ratings, if Cartoon Network's using things like CN Real and their live action to gain ratings, why wouldn't they use sports programming and such to try to do the same thing? Somebody posted a comment that posed a very good point. Cartoon Network has a very similar situation going on to what happened to MTV. MTV started out as just being music programming, just all about music, and then they started adopting reality shows. And it's more about those reality shows now than music, so MTV is pretty much hypocritical to its name. The same thing's going on with Cartoon Network. It's called Cartoon Network, and yet it has live action and now sports programming when it's supposed to have just cartoon programming. In other words, it's an attempt to quote-unquote branch out from their original franchise. Why would Cartoon Network need to branch out from hosting just cartoons if not for looking for ratings or trying to draw to other crowds? Seriously. The big rush to appeal to preteens started back in 2009, and it's still going on. And Cartoon Network is losing the race. That's why they have to draw in sports programming. Or that's just what I see when I see these sports programming things and such. Now, I believe that they might be using the sports programming as an attempt to get kids to get up and get active. Yes, that may be part of it, but the ratings is an ulterior motive on their part. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I'm not against the idea of the Hall of Game Awards. I'm just mad that it's just purely sports programming on Cartoon Network when sports programming belongs on networks like ESPN, which support sports programming. I wouldn't be so against it if they would have had a cartoon character or somebody hosting it instead of Tony Hawk. My main point is, it's called Cartoon Network for a reason. I don't want to see them transform into another MTV kind of ordeal. Some kind of hybrid of a bunch of different stuff, hypocritical to its name. And heck, Cartoon Network's not the only one that has stuff like this going on. One of my friends said that the channel G4, which is supposed to be all about video games, has some similar stuff going on. So, yeah, pretty much. Why I made that rant is pretty much because of that. I'm not very excited to see a program called Cartoon Network become something like MTV. And to be blunt, the Hall of Game Awards is just kind of contributing to that. It's contributing to that as much as Dude, What Would Happen, Destroy, Build, Destroy, and all the live action is. That's all I'm really going to say on it. If I didn't change your opinion or open you up to changing your opinion or maybe coming to a middle ground on that, that's fine. I just wanted to post this so that I'm giving you a full 360 view on what I think of this. I am not against sports. I don't hate sports programming. I don't watch it, but I sure as heck don't want to see it taken off the air. I know how much people like that. Well, this is Eon, signing off. Bye.